Hey there, and welcome back to Daily Challenges, an educational monster train series where we try to push score on the daily leaderboards. I made a mistake with this one. I forgot that today was the daily day for my series, and so I was in the process of recording and doing other things, and then I realized I didn't have today's episode ready. Whoops. So it's going to be late. Sorry about it, but at a minimum, we're still going to do it. I took one look at this and immediately felt pretty bad, but it might be functional anyway. So you get my true form today, which is you get both marks, which makes your champion better, except for the fact that our champion is Tethys. So that's unfortunate. It could benefit something like Chillwind, possibly, but unlikely. And I guess 50% more health is still like +3 health on Tethys, so whatever. Then we get Arduous Arcana. This makes spells cost 1 additional Ember. This pretty much locks us into Conduit if we see it, I think. There's really no alternative here, in my opinion. So that's something we should keep in mind. And then they also give you Slow and Steady, which is a net negative, mostly. This is a weird one because you gain additional attack, but also start with Sap. This means that you start at a deficit, but after 2 turns you break even at a, what is it, a cool +0, and then after that it improves. So, kind of neutral in that respect. Seeing a bunch of 80+K scores leads me to believe that we have some serious fast kills here. We're going to have to go hard on shards. We're going to need to really push these numbers in order to have a hope of actually achieving that. So, pretty decent. Obviously, there's something strong here. Maybe it could just be a ridiculously powerful unit, but more likely it's spell weakness. I find that it's either an infinite or spell weakness tend to be the ways that you win these runs, so with that high of score count anyway, so there's really not many other alternatives. Sometimes you can do it in other ways, but those are pretty common, especially when you have Stygian. Anyway, so as far as what we're doing otherwise, let's see. Our previous run, we had a number 3 placement when we put it up, which was a bit early that week. Later on, a lot of people got a little bit stronger using the spell weakness line that I forewent, but part of the challenge, I can't really recall exactly, but we had a Shadow Siege hidden in the run that was pretty cool. Starry Suffering, but with great mods, was the overall run itself. Early Founding Seal, Multi-Strike Siren, a bad Primordium, but I do think you could have won pretty convincingly with the spell weakness leading into automatic rail spikes getting pumped up. I maybe could have held out a little longer. I ended up giving up on the spell weakness around ring 7 because I didn't see the pieces and I had another solid line, but I do think that you could have potentially squeezed out a victory. The problem is the rail spikes were not terribly strong on their own, not enough to kill the divinity, but after I gave up on spell weakness, they show you a Kindle. So what you can do is you can do a spell chain Kindle into a rail spike on spell weakness, and that gets the kill. So another great example of I hadn't seen the card yet that made it pop off and gave up on it a little too early, trying to make my other lines stronger. So interesting. It's an example of a run as well that I think if I knew what was coming, I would have been able to plan around that so easily, but unfortunately I did not. So it is what it is, right? The few times that I've tried playing very prospectively, I've gotten punished really hard and scored very poorly because you basically call the shot on a particular high roll, right? If you call the shot correctly, you win. Hooray! And then you end up with a top score. If you call the shot incorrectly, you end up doing horribly because you've taken cards and relics and other things that are very inefficient as well, and you will lose as a result. Or maybe you win the run, but you lose the leaderboard, right? It's tough. It's tough. So we'll see. We'll hopefully read the tea leaves in the right order this time, but we'll see. Anyway, not much else to add. As always, do like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I will try to make this pretty quick considering I'm recording this later than I was supposed to. Whoops. So let's go ahead and get in on it. Yeah, let's go. Click the button. Alright, hope you're all doing well today. I'm doing okay. Nothing crazy to report. Definitely looking forward to playing some Monster Train. Got a lot of recording to do today, as usual. Trying to keep up to date with everything. And yeah, we'll go ahead and get in on it, though. So as before, we are default Stygian, default Umbra. The Umbra is doing nothing for us here, probably. It might, I guess, contribute, but I'm probably leaning into Conduit. There's a lot of reasons for that. Our starting cards are Helical, Crystallis, Prismal Death, and Titan's Tooth, all of which lead into Conduit very well. And then we're facing Double Barrel, Daedalus, Curse, Arcus, and Patient Seraph. Patient is vulnerable to spell weakness, so we're going to slam spell weakness if we see it. I think it's possible. We have the pieces to make this work, so let's go for it. Looking ahead, we have temples on 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. 5 temples is a lot of shards. I need to plan around 5 infusions, so don't let me forget that I'm looking for 5 infusions here. Dupe on 8 is on magic side, nothing special. We have a removal dupe on 7 with health. Competes with a magic shop, no steel here. Steel and magic on 6. Steel is a vortex horde, very good. Magic shop just has the cave. We have a steel and trinket on 5, no magic. Trinket shop has horde and a horde in the middle, so no money on the trinket side, so we'll have to be rich if we're going that way. Competes with money, steel shop, vortex, which probably is strong. And then no steel on 4 means we get double steel early, we get a magic shop that's kind of garbo, and we get a removal dupe and a Stygian banner. Good to know. Otherwise, yes, 2 steels early. We have Umbra banner on steel side on 2, Stygian banner on magic side on 2. Now, because this is Covenant 1, we can pretty comfortably go to something like this magic shop and just YOLO if we see spell weakness or whatnot. Let's look at the Forge first. Give me Conduit. Yeah, they give me Conduit. It's 1000% Conduit. Handheld Totem is tempting, but we have too many very expensive cards and we need to offset them. I'm going to take Guild Marker, not Boon of the Blacksmith. Guild Marker is greed, pure greed, but we can get away with it. Oh, Capricious Reflection or not. This is another great example of something that if I knew what was coming up, you would know if Capricious Reflection is nuts here or average. It would be a snap click, except for the fact that Forever Flame is actually pretty good here. Because my spells cost more, making the units free is pretty solid. It also could potentially lead into something like a Shadow Siege playable run. Now, that's unlikely because 80 plus K score requires a death very quickly. I'm going to take the Capricious Reflection. Forgotten Name, not bad here, but we'll go on a limb here. This could screw us up, or it could win the run for us. Very unclear. We're going hard. Okay, so yeah, see, Forever Flame makes this Train Steward playable for anyone who's keeping track. We can Titan's Tooth here, which is good. I will and should Train Steward. I lose Tethys this way, though, is the biggest problem. I could... No, you can't. Crystallis clears front, but then we lose Tethys. Frozen Lance doesn't do anything. Prismal Dust... 288 saves Tethys, doesn't it? Completely does. It's worth it to save Tethys here. We give up the money. I would like very much to play a Train Stewards in front of Tethys here. I think they are the most important choice we could make here. Taking a bit of a gamble. Cool, we lose the gamble really hard. Man, really already I'm down on this gamble. Dang. It's all about what you top deck here, right? If you top deck the Titan's Tooth clean. Because I can't play the Titan's Tooth otherwise. Oh, it's such a bummer. I greeted and I got punished. I could reset the combat knowing this draw order, but it feels so cheesy. It's one thing if there's a cool early kill or something I can squeeze out, but that's such a bummer. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go Shade Splitter into a Train Steward here. We're going to eat 1,000,000 damage up top. Just like, there goes there goes the top score potential. We play Crystallis here. We're going to top deck into the other Crystallis. We live, right? I was hoping actually for an Ember Morsel, but we get out of it anyway. So we lose an obscene amount of score here. Just all of the score gone. Fine. Amazing. Yeah, Energy Siphon. Click it. Cool. Oh, that's such a bummer. Yeah, -1's actually helping out a ton into the Arduous Arcana, like making of morsels and things like that. I do want to ping, so it's going to be the Antumbra Assault, but fine. That's such a bummer, by the way. We're going to go to the right. Yeah, double stack on the Energy Siphon is good. Cool. We're going to click that. That's such a bummer. -2. A -2 can do some cool stuff. I'm going to go -2 and then... Yeah, -2 on Titan's Tooth, 10 in Piercing, I think. The only thing you gotta watch out for is 10 in Piercing Crystallis might be a better payout, but we'll take this. I do have to take infusions, remember. We get Rage Nameless Siren. I think it's probably the quick Icy Silliphite here, if I'm being honest with you. And then the infusion here is just straight up Train Steward into Train Steward, I guess. And then -1's somewhere, probably. A +10 somewhere. I don't think it's a -1 +10. The -1 is going to be worth it, though. Maybe put that into a Prismal Dust or something. I guess there's also the possibility of just making an Antumbra Assault free, but that 3 damage is pretty weak. Sure, I'll buy the -1 because it's available, and then we're moving on, I think. We hit the double stack, though. It's pretty good. Take the unit draft. Okay. Now, the way the sap works is it applies after. It doesn't show on the card. So, sap 7 means I don't attack, right? I straight up do not attack. So I think what you have to do is Morsel, Silliphite. Yeah, you don't attack. We do not even swing here, which would have killed us. Okay. Fine. And now we're going to play a Train Steward middle to get the Collector. And I'm going to toss double Prismal Dust upstairs. And that will be okay. Sure. Alright. We can stop all of this damage without too much concern. I think the right choice is just play the other stuff out. Cool. Let the man ascend. It's good to let him do it. We're going to shoot him. And then I'm going to put Big Train Steward in front. And we'll put Little Steward downstairs. Let him ascend because it speeds this up, and then... Really? Dang, okay. I mean, I think the right play here is unironically 3 hits in the back with Tethys. Yeah. Okay. Great job. So we do at least beat Ring 2, though it was closer than anyone wanted. Holdover Drain is a good survivability tool. I do like that. -1 offering token is at least fine, right? Endless Mollusk Mage. Okay. Okay. Fair, I suppose. Fair. Holdover Drain? This is a card I would normally slam, but I don't think it plays nice with anything I'm doing. I'm going to take the -1 offering token, just in case this ends up as an infinite or an incant run somehow. Plus 10 Antumbra Assault. The Permafrost Prismal Dust is pretty decent. I'll grab that. Just hold on to it, I think. I could very well go Crucible Warden, just for a defensive infusion. Problem is I need to offensively scale something. We get another Rage Nameless Siren. Not a huge fan of this, but it's something. I think it has to be the Rage Nameless Siren here. You could go Morsel Maker. The problem that we're going to have to face is how do I keep any of my stuff alive, but I think it's the Nameless Siren. This is a bit of a weird run already. We're going to go for the Steel Shop here. Take everything. Large Stone is an option, I suppose. I don't think so. We're going to re-roll that. Quick. We see another quick. Alright, I don't want any of that garbage. It's got to be the Locket, right? 100% the Locket here. Okay. Alright, I mean, that's fine, I suppose. We move on. You have to click for Magic Power, because remember, we're playing the Magic Power run. We're looking for Relentless kills, I suspect, on anything we can get. Alright. You don't attack, so that's a bummer. I honestly don't know what even to suggest. Maybe I should have killed Tethys there. Very possible, actually. Just get Tethys shot. I'll give her 3 damage shield here, sure. I'll play Big Steward because it could matter, right? We'll see. You'll come upstairs, you'll blow up my floor. I can at least do some serious work here. Ping 1 and then send it, take damage shield and chill. Interesting. We're going to go ahead and offering token out the Titan's Tooth here. It's a pretty solid play. The Frozen Lance is good, and then we can Antumbra Morsel here. May as well drop in 2 additional damage shield and chill. We can blow up top floor, which is nice. We play the Shade Splitter. Okay, I don't know if this wins this combat, but we're trying our best. Which is something, I suppose. I don't know. It's not a very good floor, if I'm being honest with you. Like, this wins this combat, which this does not win Covenant 25 this combat, which is way harder, but Spike of the Stygian, some kind of burst here could be decent. Blazing Bolts is possibly the play. Let's grab this card, actually, as strange as that is. Crucible Collector. I'm tempted, if only because it has health and lifesteal, I guess. It's fine. What a world we live in, huh? I'm clicking this. Going left here, we're going to remove garbage and then... Alright, Crucible Collector, I suppose. Card draw? Card draw. Okay. This run is making less and less sense as we go along. I think I know how we pilot to the very specific spell weakness win, but boy howdy, this is a tough one. Siren of the Sea, at long last, is actually a pretty good payout here. I also really like Largestone Icy Silliphite because she's less likely to pass away. These are both pretty decent choices, if I'm being real with you. I'm actually going to grab the Siren because it scales. I think this is actually just way better. And then we go in here. I'm going to spell chain something. Unclear what I'm about to spell chain here. I mean, do we go all in on Conduit? For sure, right? And then with a minus whatever, we just go spell chain into something crazy powerful like Crystallis here. Maybe. Purge, I'm just gonna... This is a Purge on a Shade Splitter. We don't want that. Go away. The Infusion here, I'm pretty confident is Silliphite into Siren. Although it could be the Crucible Collector, just some health, right? It's never Nameless Siren. Silliphite into Siren. You could go Siren into Silliphite and be okay. It's pretty flimsy, though, if I'm being honest with you. It doesn't live turn 1 very well. Man, action is such a bad... So bad for this. I think it's actually just straight up Crucible Collector here, if I'm being honest with you. It keeps the Siren from dying for a good while, and its stats, sure. The spell chain has to go somewhere. I'm thinking about Blazing Bolts, but I do not think that's correct. We're just going to put this into a Crystallis right now. It's fine. It's 1 Ember cost right now, thanks to everything else we're doing. Dupe Energy Siphon. I think this is the most important card in the run right now. Honestly, and totally. Sure. The removals here are the things we've already infused. So goodbye Train Steward, and goodbye one of my Shade Splitters, I think. Remember, we need to keep as many of these other things around as possible for future infusions. We have a lot of temples. Armor Emblem? If I draw well, I can play bottom floor. Sure. This is not a good draw. This is the wrong set of units. Cool. I'm going to drop an Icy Silliphite, which at least gets them shot, I suppose. I should play the Energy Siphon. And then I guess I'll play the Siren out? Okay, fine. Here's the Collector. Alright, so downstairs we're set. Can I kill this guy in middle? Stop talking. We actually do kill this man in middle, which is pretty shocking, if I'm being honest with you. I would like the money, though, is kind of a big thing. The money is a pretty big deal. Let's go ahead and Entumbra Assault for cash. We're going to greed here. I'll take the lifesteal downstairs. I think we face tank with 1 upstairs. And then here, I need to Energy Siphon into a Frozen Lance. Okay, we lose mid-floor. I'd really like to draw a good spell here. We come close to clearing this floor. We come close. It's a bit of a bummer, huh? Yeah, we're not that strong is part of my biggest concern right now. We're eating dirt. We're not. What am I doing wrong here? I mean, so I need to clear top floor. Just like this guy is walking on me in a bad way. So it's what? Energy Siphon up here, and I have to Offering Token the big spell out to kill him? I don't like it, but I'll do it. And then we play some cards. We're not clearing floors very well here is the biggest challenge that I'm faced with, right? Yeah, like, we're not doing anything is the biggest problem. I think I'm just going to burn some of these Prismal Dusts here. Okay. I think with Energy Siphon, and then an Energy Siphon in front, we come pretty close here. Okay, we get the kill on bottom floor. Woof! Spicy, but yeah, alright, so we just let that top floor sit. We managed to get this kill. I do actually, unironically, think the Siren was an important part of this. We took 1,000,000 damage, though. Not a fan of that. Ice Storm, sure, it's a good spell. We'll take it. I need spell density. Yeah, this 6-cost Gem Trove, absolutely not. Skip that. Good grief. We're taking tons of damage. Maybe Capricious was wrong? Really, really hard to say. I'm going to go fish at the Merchant of Trinkets here. I think it's correct. Volatile gauge. Good grief. That's gotta be correct. Yeah, volatile gauge it is. Founding seal? Alright, yes. We'll click it. That's a good pickup. Big fan of that. Alright, we power up pretty big here. Which is good. It's good. It's what we wanted to see. Concealed caverns. Awoken draft every time. Well, you never know, right? It could have been Awoken's Rail Spike, which is itself potentially an infinite waiting to happen. So, we ended up seeing Shard Channeler, Channel Song. I mean, do I have to take the Shard Channeler just for infusion's sake? Hilariously, I do, right? Okay, here's Shard Channeler. There he is. Good job, bud. I need shards. Alright, let's look at the trinket shop. Worn grindstone, pyrestone housing, rationing scales. I don't think any of these really draw my attention. Pyrestone housing's not bad, potentially. I'll take it. We'll spin this, look again. Winged steel, draw more cards. I'm going to remove some trash. The shade splitter goes. A frozen lance goes, I think. Yeah, I need to improve my draw density a bunch. I could take another removal. It's not bad, right? It's not terrible to have to take it. Next, we're going to double infuse the train stewards and remove them. We'll go to the steel shop. Alright, I think we're fine. Let's move on. Okay, Mark of Invasion. Sure, bud. I would like this money a lot. I would also, just generally speaking, like the power-up that comes from it. Okay, Tethys, Siren, Blazing Bolts. Man, I think I'm going to tell you right now, reasonably confident that the Forever Flame was correct. Forever Flame plus Tethys on Conduit plus... Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, y'all. I'm pretty sure Forever Flame was going to be correct here. So, that's a bummer. That's such a bummer. What a miss. Capricious Reflection causing me problems. Yeah, because think about it. You could have done double stack and then -2 on Energy Siphon, and then duped that. More shards, and then when you hit the volatile gauge, its maximum cost goes to 1, and it's perfect, right? And all of your guys are 0 cost here because of the volatile gauge. I never could have known in a million years that this would have shown up. I don't think anyone can reasonably guess this, but I picked wrong. It's 100% Forever Flame, and it's not even close. I think we're in big risk territory if I play downstairs, but we're going to do it anyway because I think it's important. I'm going to click the Blazing Bolts here. Alright, I'm going to click the Crystallis here, I think, right? Yes. We click Crystallis. I then go upstairs and we press Ice Storm. Yes. I want to avoid that damage coming in. Okay. I think the roll here is Titan's Tooth upstairs. Bottom floor, it's... Not actually sure. I think we do want to click assorted cards. This Energy Siphon rolled low, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm going to click the Umbra Assault on middle. Okay, we're going to click Prismal Dust here. I think it's still worth it to play these out. They're good incant triggers. Okay. Ugh, Energy Siphon. How could you? Now that's strange. The Maxim... Oh, I think I know what's happening. The order matters? Right, the order matters, I think. Because because this has the -1... Oh, I understand why, actually. I was all very confused, because Volatile Gauge should not roll this at 3 cost. The reason it's 3 cost is because it's 2 cost, but Arduous Arcana is pushing it up. Okay, we figured it out. Alright, so the first order of business, I do think it's... most important to Ice Storm middle and kill that man. Then we're going to... The morsel costs 2 Ember. Are you serious right now? I mean, I do think it's Titan's Tooth no matter what. I'm going to play the morsel to get rid of him, unfortunately. We'll click the Blazing Bolts, yes. I wish to make copies. I'm going to play the Prismal Dust here. I want to incant. Okay, fine. We pop 1. Alright, this is a good draw. We blow this floor up pretty quickly. Yeah, great. Good job. Incants, they're powerful, as it turns out. I'm going to put the Shard Channeler down just so he's here. Then we're going to keep incanting because incanting is strong. Yes. Alright, we obviously win this already, but I'm going to blow up this floor to the best of my ability. Cool. Alright, nice and easy. Okay, 140 shards, no questions asked. Okay, that's good. That's something. Glacial Seal is honestly... Man, the sad thing is Glacial Seal's actually better than he looks here. Although I think it's gotta be... Man, I wish it were Guardian Stone, but I think it's unironically Glacial Seal here. I don't want these other cards. Excavation Eruption is maybe the only one worth considering there. We're going to the right. I want to get removals. We'll take a look at the Horde. Token of a Trader is pretty decent. Frozen to a random card is also not terrible. I actually think the Frozen is better here. We'll take it. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do a bunch of infusions. We get a plus 30, which is awesome. Yeah, we're going to plus 30 the Blazing Bolts here. I'm going to go ahead and put 10 in Piercing on the Ice Storm. Very strong. We take the Infusion. Now, I think the right choice here, if I'm being honest with you, is Icy Silliphite into the Glacial Seal, so I get health on him and the action spell weakness, which will actually, weirdly enough, be relevant. Endless? No, there is no Endless pick here that makes me feel good about this. We reroll Quick. I'm going to put a plus 25 in Glacial Seal here, I think. So he does not pass away. I don't think the Quick is anything. The removal here is... nothing. Maybe it's Antumbra Assault now that we've drafted better stuff. I think it is unironically Antumbra Assault. Get that thing out of here. Quick is never the play. The Nameless Siren is the next one to go, I think. I get 2 removals. We want to clean this up, okay? And the way we do that is by removing the bad stuff. So Frozen Lances can go now. Yes. Down to 18 cards. We're drawing a lot. I need to take Ember at the next boss, which we will see here. Okay, we win from this position. The question is really just... how much damage does Blazing Bolts do? The Blazing Bolts deals 85 times 4. 85 times 4, that's 340 times 3. I can do 1,020 damage to Arcus on this turn. I can actually do way more. Alright, I'm going to drop Tethys in here. I know, she doesn't attack. It's a bummer. Here comes the Siren. Also a bummer. Yes, we all agree. Okay. We're now going to Energy Siphon the boss. The Blazing Bolts is the pick. We're then going to just blast this man to the best of our ability here. It's pretty darn good. And it freezes the other things. Can I do this? What's the play? I think it's got to be Energy Siphon on the boss. Do we just send this? We do. Okay, fine. We go middle and drop the Crystallis here to kill that floor. Sure. I'm going to Offering Token past the Weight of Contrition. And we're going to just incant. Okay, we're coming close. Alright, we locked in the Crystallis here. I think... Man, we come close to this kill. I think it's Energy Siphon, Ice Storm. Yeah, alright, we got him. Good. Okay, that's pretty decent. Kindle is... honestly pretty decent, if I'm being real with you. But I really think it's Siren Song, actually. It's permafrosted so it can hang out, but it lets me play top floor Divinity pretty comfortably. I'm going to take the Siren Song here. It's not Ice Empire. No, 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 no. We're going to take Ember because I do desperately need that with the Volatile Gauge action. We're going to the right here. Fire Remains. Temple today. -2 is solid. We're always happy to see a -2. The 10 in Piercing must go into the Crystallis. -2 here is going into the Siren Song, so it's always playable. The Infusion here gets rid of Nameless Siren, putting it into the Shard Channeler, which we will then immediately remove. Shard Channeler gone. I'm going to start cutting. What's next? The next cut is honestly Offering Token. This is a very difficult card to play. Now that we have Volatile Gauge, let's get rid of it. Okay, we're going to take Dark Forge on Conduit 3, make sure all of those are playable. The dupe here is going to be Blazing Bolts, I'm reasonably certain, right? Just the strongest play here, I think. Yeah, we'll take another copy of that and move on. Okay, it's also 10 shards, we're happy about that. We play bottom floor. Now, I draw enough cards that I'm reasonably certain my turn ones are fairly consistent. Yes. Airdrop in Siren. Cool. Blow the floor up. Yeah, look at that. We get the kill. Amazing. You Energy Siphon, we blow this man up. It's incredible. We play some other stuff to incant with it. Train Steward gets played out just so we don't have to look at him. Amazing news. Okay, also Train Steward still doesn't get me Collector, which is insane to me, but that's alright. Blow up bottom floor. Good. I'm going to play the Titan's Tooth middle for money because I like money. I'm going to drop in the Glacial Seal because I think he's correct. Right? He's doing a fine job here. He's doing his part. We play the other Train Steward because I do not wish to redraw them ever. Seems okay. Blast bottom floor. Seems alright. I would like my Siren to attack here, so that is my plan. Would be great if you were able to attack. So let's drop the expensive Energy Siphon and chill. Alright, she attacked. Good job. Go team. Now, here it's as simple as Titan's Tooth first, then you Energy Siphon, then we blow up this floor. Our goal is to play every card except for the Energy Siphon. Then we play out the Siren Song just to get rid of it. So this gets frozen and takes up the only slot there. And now, I mean, it's as simple as just blow up everything, right? Yeah, just play every card, big incants. Incredible work. We go upstairs, play that out, we get another Energy Siphon. So now when the boss spawns, we are set, right? We are completely set. Cool. Good. Great. This guy lands. He's already dead, actually, which is ridiculous when you think about it. But, yeah, he gets blasted. No questions asked. Okay. We have the spell weakness run. We've done it, I think. Ice Storm holdover. The only reason I should take this Ice Storm is because if I see 10 in piercing and a plus 30, I only have the one slot available right now. So we're going to grab holdover Ice Storm just for security on the temple. And then we skip the rest of this garbage. Cool. I'm going to go to the dupe. I'm going to do everything in the temple because I need to. Finally get rid of the train stewards at long last. Yeah, plus 30, good. That's going into the Crystallis. Incredible. Purge. Honestly, at this point, I'm going to purge a Prismal Dust. Yep. Just burn that out. Don't need it. 300 shards is pretty comfortable. Another double stack. I'll put this into the Prismal Dust, maybe. Remember that your money is points. We're going to look for maybe things that power us up. Reroll this. Yeah, Lightstone Casing is maybe worth considering here. Lightstone Casing is pretty potent from this position, isn't it? We should grab the Lightstone Casing, yes. Alright, that's worth it. I think that's going to power us up in a big way. The -1s I want to put into the energy siphons here. Well, I think one of them goes into an energy siphon. The other one is going into a blazing bolt, which is great. 20 consume. I'm going to 20 consume the ice storm that got holdover. It's cheaper than a removal, and that makes it pretty decent. Okay. Is there a double stack that matters here? Siren Song? No. No, there's not. It doesn't matter. Skip it. Okay. Holdover. It doesn't matter. I have so few cards, I do not care. We're going to put a -1 in the Blazing Bolts. This is good because this Blazing Bolts is my dupe, right? 100%? Yes. Good. 20 consume. Bummer, I suppose. I guess I could 20 consume the Ice Storm, make this into a real bomb. That's true. I don't need this holdover. The dupe here is big blazing bolts. We're at 310 shards. I think now the only thing I want to do is purchase the removal on the train steward. That's worth the points because it might connect the dots on a early kill because that guy is hard to play otherwise. Okay, alright, we move on, I suppose. I think that's about as much as we need. 565 gold, 310 shards? Sure, why not? Alright. We could have had higher shards. I also think Forever Flame was still correct in hindsight. I do not have the turn 1 kill. True. So what I should plan for is the turn 2 kill. Got it. Okay. I should play the Glacial Seal. Okay, I think the play here is truly just incant up right now. Yeah, just click the cards. It's fine. We're going to click the Purge one. I don't actually care if I get attacked. Yeah, it does not matter. We held the Energy Siphon. I think we have the turn 1, the turn 2 here, right? Look at that, Siren Song. Bam, guy can't even attack. We're going to go ahead and click the Energy Siphon. The Energy Siphon. And then we blast him. And I think we come pretty darn close here, don't we? Man, there was a way to get this, I think. There was a way to get this, I'm pretty sure. Okay. We're going to redo that. I think I can see it. You have to... Oops, wrong one. The way you do this is you have to... Yeah, this is worth it. So you have to play the Energy Siphons first. Okay? The reason is because you want them to cycle back around. Burn everything else. Everything else gets burned. Okay, great. This gets permafrosted. Look, we have every card in our deck. So what you do now is you play, wait for it, Energy Siphon. Energy Siphon. We Crystallis 1. And we see the Energy Siphon back. This is super critical. And then we blast him, and now we have the pre-relentless kill. Okay. Whew. That's some elite tech. Look at that. Winged technology angle. That's a really good turn. Blank Pages is... if it even distracts a lower floor, I'm fine with it, right? This never gets in my way. They come out at 0 cost. Blank Pages champions are unaffected by Volatile Gauge because it's non-champions. So we should be fine. We're going to just play top floor and try our best to pre-relentless this guy. Basically. That's essentially the plan. It's an expensive roll on Energy Siphon here. Not a fan of it. We're just going to play out a bunch of cards here. Yep, every card gets played. Very cool. We have the Energy Siphon rolled out. Okay, do I have it? Possibly. Possibly unlikely. We click the Energy Siphon for sure. Okay, I think it's going to be Blazing Bolt. I'm debating if I play the other Energy Siphon here, and I think I actually do. I want it drawn next go around, right? It means we do not get the Glacial Seal, which is an annoyance, but is not that bad. Okay. We actually permafrost Mr. Glacial Seal, so that's actually not terrible. Okay. I will airdrop in the Glacial Seal here, it's fine. I would like to clear this floor. So let's prioritize that first. Okay, the floor is cleared. Great. Now it's Energy Siphon, and then you drop a Blazing Bolts and we're out. Okay. Not as fast as I would have liked, but still pretty good. Okay. Sure. It's acceptable. It's a pretty good score. We're not going to be top 1. We messed up a bunch, and I think we just low-rolled on ring 1, unfortunately. But I think we did pretty okay. It's probably like a 78 or something, right? No, 85, actually. We'll go back to the challenge. 85 is really good. Wow, actually, top 1? What do you mean I hit top 1? Wait a second, what? I'm the top? I am the best. I just had way more shards than this guy, right? What in the blazes is this person doing? This person, what happened here? Spoder Sam is usually cracked, but look at this Mollusk Mage angle. What is happening? Didn't take the Energy Siphon? You even have the Forever Flame. Wow, okay. I'm surprised I beat this figure. Cold Kalia. This is what, a damage floor? Oh, here's your Energy Siphon. Holdover Energy Siphon -1. Again, intelligently took the Forever Flame. I mean, this is a case where I actually think there's like, I think Capricious Reflection on average is better than Forever Flame there. Full stop. In a normal run of Monster Train, 10 times out of 10. And especially in a run with Arduous Arcana, the random -1s are going to offset anything else you get. It's super worth it. We just low-rolled a little bit because there's no way I could have known that the Volatile Gauge was coming up, right? The Volatile Gauge makes this pop off. Volatile Gauge plus Forever Flame plus Conduit blows this nonsense up. We are top score. Look at this. Can you believe it? Really strong finishes on Seraph and Divinity. A really good 85k score. Lots of removals. The Blazing Bolts really paying out. It looks like I'm not the only person to go for it, but still, that's awesome. Wow. Look at us. We win the leaderboard. Now, some of the best players have actually already played too, which is crazy. I think you could refine this, right? Basically do the same thing I did, except instead of taking Capricious Reflection, you go in on, what's its name? You go in on Forever Flame, right? Look at this random Siren of the Sea plus Glacial Seal nonsense. He's here! Everyone was probably hoping I took this guy, and we did. Incredible. Incredible. Okay, well, that's a run of Monster Train. We did really well, actually, and very fast. It's all about that energy siphon, though. Seriously, this card is how you turn these 85k scores into reality. It only works in dailies, or like Covenant 1s, basically, because you don't ever have the luxury of this consistent of a draw. Think about how few cards we had, how fast we were drawing, how consistent everything we were doing was. It's just so easy to always hit. It's kind of nuts. The Siren Song is an interesting angle that I'm happy I invested in. This is not a card I think would have normally been picked here, but it gets Tethys alive in through the first couple floors of Divinity, right? It's a good pick for that reason alone. And that's all I really needed it for. I needed to delay until I could set it up. And it was important because it was a 7 turn, not a 9 turn. So we got that on, yeah, turn 3, I think. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Awesome, incredible. Look at us, top #1 score. Go team. Under an hour as well. Feel good about that. So, incredible. Behold the power of daily Monster Train prowess. Conduit, of course, makes this entirely viable. This is a Tethys run, for sure. It's a great example, actually, of Tethys is pretty decent if and only if the run is easy, right? I consistently believe that Tethys is an A-tier champion pre-DLC. Before all of the things that were introduced that body Tethys in the DLC, she wrecks. Conduit, awesome. Chillwind, awesome. Chillwind 2 plus sweep, awesome. You have so much flexibility there. And the only thing holding her back is, what, like 6 health? 6 health. Keeping her alive is such a monumental challenge. It requires so much overcommitment of resources. It's almost never actually worth it in the DLC, especially at high shards. So she just falls off a cliff because she's so flimsy, which is a huge bummer, honestly, because otherwise she's pretty cool. So anyway, I don't really have much else to add. I'm very pleased with our top #1 score on the leaderboard. So I didn't think we'd get it, but here we are. So, hey, thanks a lot for watching this. I really appreciate your time. As always, you can give the video a like if you want. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and stay tuned for what's next. Take care, folks. Hell yeah, go us.